month, I was thinking about like what's coming up and everything, and Easter's around the corner. And what makes me think of Easter, I think of candy. I think of all the candy. I mean, no, Halloween's candy, but there's a special Easter candy kind of stuff. So the theme of this month is candy in a general. So and JP, welcome to join in and play along, or just watch Susan and Charlie suffer. So
Sure.
first question. First question. The Pez dispenser is a design icon, but it wasn't originally intended for children. When it launched in 1927, it was marketed as a high-end adult accessory. What was
Mm.
it primarily intended for? Was it A, breath mint for secret drinkers? So even before Prohibition, the move away from alcohol was strongly encouraged, and alcohol consumption was stigmatized. So much a high-intensity peppermint was marketed to businessmen to mask gin breath before returning home. That's
Mm.
A. B, an anti-smoking aid. The dispenser was designed to look and feel like a cigarette lighter, providing a tactile hand-to-mouth ritual for adults trying to quit smoking. Was it C, a hygienic hospital supplement? Invented by a pharmacist, the spring-loaded mechanism allowed nurses to dispense sugar tablets to patients without touching the medicine. The cartoon top was added later. Or was it D, a tin for alpine hikers? The waterproof one-handed click top was designed for Austrian mountaineers who needed quick glucose without removing thick winter gloves.
Wow. I'm going to go Occam's Razor Breath Mint.
Breath mint for secret drinkers. A. Charlie, locked in.
Not that I'm concerned about gin breath. I
No,
just want to make that
no.
absolutely clear.
Susan or JP, if you're playing.
Breath mint, so it's breath mint. What was the other
Breath
question?
mint, anti-smoking aid, hygienic hospital supplement, or a ration tin for alpine hikers.
Smoking.
Smoking. Susan?
I'll go hospital supplement to be
Hospital
different.
supplement. JP is correct. It was an
Wow.
anti-smoking aid. So the name Pez is abbreviation of the German word for peppermints. It only became a
Oh.
toy in 1955 when the company realized adults weren't buying enough anti-smoking mints and pivoted to cartoon characters for the children market.
And then we got
Uh,
Joe
Wow.
Camel.
that's exactly right. Question two. Black licorice is one of the most polarizing candies in the world,
Oh, it's
but it is
horrible.
also one of the few confections that carries a legitimate FDA health warning. What is the specific biological hazard of eating too much real licorice? Is it A, severe potassium depletion? The compound glycyrrhizin can cause the body to flush out potassium, leading to abnormal heart rhythms and high blood pressure. Is it B, tooth enamel liquefaction? The unique acid profile of real licorice root can cause enamel to soften, making teeth spongy and open to more cavities. Is it C, red blood cell hypoxia? Real black licorice has a unique magnesium salt that in some sensitive people can bind to their red blood cells and limit their oxygen and actually turn their lips blue. Or is it D, inhibition of iodine absorption? Large amounts of licorice can cause the thyroid to swell, basically a goiter, and it was pushed out by the FDA because of that.
I'll go enamel, Kevin, because
Enamel,
they kind of make your teeth weird.
yes. So
I'm
B,
gonna go iodine because I just like saying goiter.
goiter. Charlie,
I want to go tooth enamel, but I don't know that the FDA would offer any kind of a
Uh,
warning for tooth enamel.
tooth
So I'm
enamel.
going to go, it's either potassium loss or I'm going to go red blood cell hypoxia.
Ah, you should have went with potassium because it's potassium.
Oh,
oh,
So most real licorice in the United States, just to for those listeners, is like Twizzlers. It doesn't contain any real licorice root. So
Yeah.
it's mostly anise oil.
Yeah,
So
it's horrible.
yeah, but real black licorice, you can't eat too much of it. There is a chance of potassium depletion. So there is
So
an
is the
issue.
flavor profile of anise
Similar.
similar enough to real black
Yes.
similar.
licorice? I'll be
Similar
darned.
enough. Yeah, similar enough. But yeah, there is some worries about eating too much real licorice. Yeah.
JP, do not go with an anise flavored
Yes, do not.
oats
No,
overnight.
don't do,
That's not a
no,
winner. That
don't.
is
That would
not
be
a winner.
Could
bad.
be a
We could,
Big
Even if
Swedish
you put a
win.
lot of,
no,
even with bacon, it would not fly.
Right,
no, don't
right.
do it. No.
Bad combination.
Sorry,
Plus, you don't
mark
want
that
that
down.
potassium liability. Don't do
Right,
it.
Oh,
exactly.
true. Yeah, yeah,
True.
yeah.
Okay, question three. The candy desk is a tradition in the United States Senate where a specific desk is kept stocked with sweets for all senators to enjoy. What is the origin of the tradition of the candy desk? Is it a lobbyist gift loophole? Candy companies discovered that perishable snacks were exempt from the 1946 federal regulation on lobbying, allowing them to stock the desk daily to gain more face time. Is it B, a Cold War stress measure? During the Cuban Missile Crisis, the desk was established as a calmative station to prevent nicotine-deprived senators from losing their tempers during high-stakes sessions. Is it C, a sugar state subsidy? It was an underwritten rule that the senator from Louisiana, the sugar capital, could provide treats to ensure the legislative body provided pro-agriculture in their voting habits. Or was it D, a personal act of defiance? Senator George Murphy, who loved to snack but was forbidden from eating snacks on the floor, kept a private stash that eventually became a shared Senate institution. So lobbyist, Cold War, Cuban Missile Crisis, sugar state subsidy, or a personal act of defiance by the senator.
Sugar
That
state
act of
subsidy.
defiance.
There we go.
Susan, what'd you say? Defiance?
Defiance.
Charlie, you said subsidy. JP?
Well, it's like politicians today. I'm with Susan. Act of defiance.
Mhm.
Act of defiance. It is an act of defiance. Yes,
Ooh,
it
cool.
was. It started as a private stash. It is now an official assignment. Today, the desk is usually stocked by the senator's home state. So if you're the candy
Oh,
That
person,
desk, you get
that
it.
desk becomes, yeah. So when it's Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
it's all Hershey and Just Born Peeps.
All right, I'm going to take one.
Nice.
Point of privilege. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, everybody knows that there's that one person in the office that always has the candy drawer.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's just a natural evolution, right?
It is.
All right.
It is.
Yeah.
If you have lunch in the dining room in the West Wing of the White House,
How do you know this?
I've had lunch in the West Wing of the White House.
Oh,
That would be why.
You are given a box of M&Ms signed by the sitting president.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
M&Ms. I didn't know that
M&Ms.
was, thought it was, okay.
Not
Says-
Jelly Bellies. That was
No.
Reagan. Yeah.
Mars right there.
Reagan,
See?
yeah.
It's yeah.
Did
yeah,
you get
get
Diet
that.
Coke? They give you Diet Coke with that?
I imagine you could. I did not order a Diet Coke,
Oh,
but I imagine
All
you
right.
could.
Question four. The Kinder Surprise, the chocolate egg with the toy inside, is a global phenomenon, but remains banned in the United States. While most assume it's a modern choking hazard law, the ban actually stems from an obscure 1938 regulation. What was the law's original intent? Was it A, to stop filler fraud? The 1938 Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act banned the embedding of non-nutritive objects within the food to prevent manufacturers from using wood, metal, or marbles to add weight. Was it B, to protect the toy industry? U.S. toy manufacturers lobbied for the ban to prevent European food companies from dumping low-quality plastic figurines into the U.S. market. Was it C, to combat childhood obesity? Early public health advocates feared that collectible toys could encourage children to overconsume sugar. Or is it D, to prevent cross-contamination? Regulators feared that the lead-based paints used on 1930s toys could leach into the fats of the chocolate, leading to systemic poisoning.
These are good ones, Kevin.
I'm going filler fraud.
Okay, filler?
Yeah.
JP or Charlie?
Go ahead, JP.
I'll do cross contamination. I always thought it was a choking hazard, so I'm learning something
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I was gonna go one or the other. I think I'm gonna go with Susan on filler fraud.
It is filler fraud. Because of the 80-year-old law, the U.S. version has to be sold in two separate parts, one with the cream and one with the toy, to ensure the toy is never actually embedded in the food to stop that type of weight fraud
Interesting.
concerns. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna ask a question about how long you had to microwave a marshmallow hen to get it to explode.
That's a side. That's knowledge for those that really know. We don't want to
Okay.
give that knowledge.
Yeah, okay,
Oh.
all right.
Last
all right.
question. The Baby Ruth bar is often assumed to be named after the legendary baseball player Baby Ruth. However, the manufacturer, Curtis Candy Company, claimed it was named after President Grover Cleveland's daughter, Baby Ruth. What was the real strategic reason behind the name? Was it A, to avoid paying royalties? By the 1920s, Baby Ruth was a massive star. Ruth was a massive star. Naming a bar after him would have cost a fortune in licensing fees. So the company used the president's daughter's story as a legal shield. Is it B, to appeal to the modern mother? In the early 20s, baby products were seen as safer and more hygienic. The company wanted to position the candy as a healthy snack for children. Was it C, a trademark squatting maneuver? Curtis Candy actually owned the rights to the name Ruth from a previously failed fruit bar and simply adding baby to make it sound more endearing during a period of high infant focusing marketing? Or was it D, to honor a local charity? Baby Ruth was a nickname for a baby made famous at a local Chicago orphanage, and the founder supported that orphanage, and he used the name to create a socially conscious brand long before it was a trend. So was it to avoid paying royalties, to appeal to the modern mother, a trademark squatting, or to appeal to a local charity?
Man, these
I'll
are
say
hard.
A. It's about the money.
All right.
I think it's either A or D, but I'm having a hard time. I'm going to go, since JP picked A, I'm going to go altruistic, which is probably a complete mistake.
Okay. Susan?
Um, well, because I think it goes on today with people trying to make permissible snacks. I'm gonna go modern mother.
Okay. It is A. It is the avoid paying royalties.
Yep.
This is
Interesting.
one of the earliest and most successful examples of what we call ambush marketing, if you've ever heard that term. The
Oh, yeah.
company actually
Mm.
took Baby Ruth to court when he tried, or Babe Ruth to court when he tried to launch his own Ruth's Home Run Bar, and they won because they had the presidential backstory as cover.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Oh.